Wakiwanayobi, it's Nichi. Today is July 13th, 2025, here in Pacifica, California, 12 miles south of San Francisco, 53 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit. That is about, what is that about? It's about like 15 to 18 degrees Celsius, so it's not that hot. Just going over, these are the babies that I had in those NV boxes yesterday. And you see them being all mixed. I just wanted to document this and explain what was going on. So the ones where you see the red, those are true red cliffs. The non-red ones are basically what I bred a little bit over a year ago. They were a cross between a midnight frill and a red cliff. Which I just call them metal riffs from now. And the reason why I decided to end my red cliff line is because I didn't have decent males, and the males that I kept, they were pretty weak, and they all went to heaven. So now that I had all these females isolated, you could see how their bellies are like, yeah, those are all eggs. They're stuffed with eggs. And if I left them alone, they would have passed away. A lot of them have difficulties, like when they don't have males around, when they'll have eggs inside, but they're not able to release the eggs, and they just end up being stuffed. So all these over here, you'll see two in particular with just bulging bellies, right? So what I'm trying to do here is I brought in some of the riffs, metal riff males in here, and I'm just trying to trigger them to release the eggs so they don't pass. There's a nice male right there, the silver one. Let me see. And the other thing that I wanted to bring out is, like, here's a female. Easiest way, if they don't have the belly yet, the easiest way to figure out, these are wide fins, so they're a little bit more difficult, but let me focus on a female. See, that's a female over here, right? And there is a female right there. And when you look at their anal fin in particular, let me see if I could zoom in. Right, their anal fins, they are shaped. This is a head, this is a tail. They're shaped like this, like that. Versus, if you look at a male, I'll show you in a minute, the head's over here, the tail's over here, the anal fin is more like this. All right, so going back to the female, if you look at the anal fin, see how it's like this versus a male. There's a male right there. Come on, boy. See, it's more like this. See right there. So here's a male on the bottom, there's a female on the top. You could already see that the male's chasing the female, and hopefully that female is going to release her egg. And that is what I'm trying to do over here. See, here's a female metal riff right there with some eggs. Right there. Another thing, let me just take a real quick sip. By the way, see, those two paired up already, which is good. But I need that male, the strongest male in there, to court with the red cliff females so that they could release their eggs, at least. All right, so before, there's another thing that I wanted to highlight since I have everything over here, is I wanted to talk about, like, bent backs. and what is a bent back genetically versus what is not. So before I do that, let me just thank all you members. By the way, I'm going to be doing the raffle pretty soon this month. Came from Medaka fan over in SoCal. Sent me a beautiful T-shirt. And this will be the next raffle giveaway for all you members. It will not come with that Jennifer Lopez. What is that? A hanger? Or not? It's a size L, XL, but it fits like an L. So. All right, the best beer of the day is the one that I'm having with all you Medaka heads out there. Let me welcome the newest members. The Cultured Hooligan-san, Chrism Supernova-san, Lucas Schultz-san, and Medaka Dynasty-san. Domo arigato. As well as Phil Kempson, Niels Hansen-san, Mr. Golden Arm-san, JB, Jacob Hartley-san, Iki's Aquarium-san, Cameron Kilmer-san, Mr. Tent-san, Christina Aquino-san, Oli the Pufferfish-san. Let me take another quick sip. King Nino 420-san, Lindsay's Tank-san, Fox, Sake-san. Oh boy. And for all you, the beer fund donors, this one goes out to the newest member, Medaka Dynasty-san, Joey R.E.san, Rocky's Garage-san, Nico Fish-san, Nicola-san, Mr. _ Andy Yo-san, Lauren Marshall-san, and H-san, and Fireharp-san. Domo arigato. This beer over here. Let me just crack open a new one. What's this one say? Because we make beer, because we make Medakas, we make friends with our beers. So, domo arigato. Let me see. Kanpai. Oh, yeah. Well, let me just sprinkle some food up on top to see if I could get them to come closer. Just a little bit. See the top view. All right. So, if I could get them to come over here. Near to the top. All right. So, let me show you a female over here. See, that's a male over here. Gorgeous metal riff. And then there's a female right there with the belly just sticking out like insane, right? So a lot of times I talk about bent backs. And when I talk about bent backs, I'm talking about bent backs that are caused from just genetic defects. A lot of them you could tell when they're juveniles, and some of them you can't tell until they get a little older. However, in this case, you cannot misjudge. While their stomachs full of eggs, as they develop, a lot of the females will look like they're bent backs are starting, but it's not. It's because their eggs are just pushing their back or their spine up. And that's why as females age and mature, and as they have they go through the whole cycle of breeding and just their bellies being full of eggs, their backs will tend to start bending in most of the lineages. But it's not because of bad genetics, it's just the way it is. So when you are selecting, you really want to know the age of the Medaka. If they're young juveniles and their back's bending, that means they have some bad genes going on. But when they have had a few, I don't know if what is the proper term? Clutch? Is that the right way to say it? But as they give or go through the whole cycle of breeding, a lot of the females, their backs will just start bending because of their belly. So that's one thing that I don't think a lot of people talk about, but is super, super important to know while you are observing these Medakas. That's why it's so important to spend the time to observe them from the side, Of course, Medakas came into the hobby where people are enjoying their upper view, similar to koi, right? But by looking at them from the side, you learn about their body structure, their size of the gills. Are they equal? Are their fins equal at size? Are their fins cramped? Are their eyes clear? Are their backs straight? And these are all things that you will not, it's really hard to detect from the view above. One thing that you will find from the view above is if they are swimming in one direction, meaning if they're just turning left or going counterclockwise, it's typically because their lateral fins, one is shorter than the other. So if you have a shorter left fin, they're going to just spin. They're going to be making left turns a lot, right? And again, if they have a shorter right fin, they're going to be turning clockwise a lot. So again, look at this baby. So ready. Just waiting for that male to help her release those eggs. I've seen females that get a lot bigger in the belly, but typically there's 3 or 4 different reasons. 1, the temperature is too low. 2, genetically, some just are born like that, where regardless of the males being there, they just tend to just hold their eggs, and it's a genetic thing. So whenever you see females actually that's having that genetic problem where whatever you do, you're raising the temperature, you're introducing males, and they're still not releasing the eggs, a lot of times it just means it's a genetic thing. So you don't want to breed, you don't want to keep that female as your main breeder, because you don't want to pass on those genes. So I think what I'm going to do is, they release the eggs early in the morning, between like 4 a.m. to probably like 8 a.m. During the day, for me, like noon to 2:30, they do the dance, they do the courting, right? So again, we're not going to see any eggs from these girls today. But if they do court, which I'm going to try to observe them later on today, hopefully they'll release eggs tomorrow, early tomorrow a.m. If that doesn't happen, what I'm going to have to do is pull out the females and probably have 2 males in an isolated container. That one female, and then I'm going to have 2 males, giving her the options to choose. Because again, a lot of times, it's not just having a male and a female. It's like they have to click. Same thing with humans, right? If you don't click, nothing's going to happen. There is no rock and roll going on. So same thing with medakas. Just because you have a male and a female doesn't mean that they're going to spawn. They have to click. So, all right. So as I'm going through this process, just wanted to document. This is the end of my Red Cliff lineage. I don't have any good males that I can use to further develop the line. I'm just trying to save these babies that I have by introducing some males, metal riff males. Just throw them in a mix, giving them a different. What is this? It's almost like a matching game. I know it's not a game, but it's a matching club per se. Yeah. All right, so it's still early in the day. It's not even noon yet, but it is 5 o'clock somewhere. So another real quick sip. Again, domo arigato for spending the time to view this. Just having a great time sitting here with all you Medaka heads, enjoying a nice cold brewski. Again, thank you for all the beer funds. If you'd like to become a member and subscribe, just go to YouTube and hit the join button. You'll become a member. if you are there's 2 tiers. Become a Medaka head gives you 1 ticket per raffle. The beer fun tier, which is tier number 2, you get 2 tickets, you get double the chance. So I simply draw the name, and then that person will end up with, in this case, this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful t-shirt designed by Medaka Fien over SoCal. It will not come with that Jennifer Lopez hanger. I don't even know why I have that in the house, but I guess I do. So, all right. Hopefully I could, if I do see them moving around, or if I see further action, I will start documenting again. That's another female right there. See, look at the anal fin. Look at the shape. Versus, where's the male? Versus the male right here. So, male, female. Male right there. Right there. Chasing the female, hopefully. Right, so hopefully they start rocking and rolling in between 12 and 2:30 today. And I'll have something to report back. So domo arigato again. Domo arigato for all you beers, all you members. And we'll do it again next time. Follow me on Instagram. At MedakaMetal is where I can be found. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Help her release. Help her release. At MedakaMetal is where I can be found on Instagram. Hit me up on DM over there, and I will answer every single question that you may have. If I have the answer, I will tell you. If I don't, I'll just tell you I'm not experienced enough. I just don't know. All right, so hopefully this female will release tomorrow morning. All right, over and out. Good luck, my Red Cliff girl.